Hi, hello and welcome back to Formula 1 Randomized, the series where I race random Formula 1 cars from random Formula 1 seasons on random racetracks, be they Formula 1 or otherwise, with a few fictional tracks thrown in there for good measure. Now, last week we visited Buenos Aires and we raced on the N12 layout of the track using the 2001 cars. It was a lot of fun, I really enjoyed that race, and I think that's partly because, at least for me, it seems that the 2001 cars go very well with that particular layout of Buenos Aires. But anyway, this week's suggestion comes from a user by the name of David the Jeff, and once again, just like last week, I believe I already featured a request from this person. But regardless, they suggested I race the 2017/2018 cars around the Adelaide circuit, and as you can tell, I've chosen the 2018 cars just because I thought that it would be a lot more fun. And since Dave hasn't specified which layout of the track to use, I went with the GP layout instead of the V8 Supercar layout. Anyway, I hope you'll find this acceptable, and let's jump into this. I'm really itching to go. And here we are on the grid for this little race, starting from 17th, once again with random grids as always, and I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of craziness we can get ourselves into. And we are off. Kind of a slow start, but hey, what can you do as we come through turn 1 and 2 here. Now into turn 3, there's Sirotkin overtaking us. We fall down into 18th, but I'm probably will be able to get around everyone, as I nearly crash into Sirotkin there, braking hard into that right-hander. Getting around the Force India now of Ocon, but he manages to retake his position as we come through this right-hander. I'd like to say that this circuit is... the cars feel quite weird on this circuit. You can tell that they're not really meant for each other, but it's not that bad. It's, I mean, you know, you can still drive, but it's not all that impressive as Sirotkin kind of cuts across me, but I managed to get around him and Grosjean, so we are doing pretty well. We are in 14th, chasing after Lance Stroll at the moment. Brake hard for this right-hander, and we are off. And to be honest, you'd probably want to hear me talk about the halo and the little strut that is in front of my eyes, but to be honest, it's not really bothering me all that much, to be honest. Mainly because you rarely get to look straight ahead in a Formula 1 car. You mostly look to the side when going into through corners, and obviously if this were real life, even when driving on a straight road, if you wanted to look past it, you could, you know, shift to the left or the right and you could see past that. You're not completely restricted to not move your head, so I don't think it would be too much of a problem even in real life. So yeah, I don't really, it doesn't bother me all that much. Yes, it still looks very, very ugly, I will agree with that, but it's not all that bad for racing, and it's already proven its worth. It has potentially saved a life in Formula 2, I believe it was. There was a pretty nasty accident there, and the halo showed its usefulness already, so despite the fact that we hate it, it does look ugly again. I do agree with that part. I don't think it's that much of a problem in terms of racing, and it does prove to be a very good safety device. And I think I just lost my front wing because my car isn't turning as sharply as it did. I crashed into Brendan Hartley there coming into turn 1. Yes, I'm most definitely sure that I lost my front wing as Brian Hartley manages to overtake us as we come through this left-right chicane, trying to get back that position. We are in 7th, which is decent. We are in the points. Hopefully we can chase down Hartley and regain our position. There once again a good proof that I really do not have a front wing. Went quite wide through that very fast corner. Once again going wide through the hairpin, but I somehow managed to stay in front of Hartley. So that's 6th place. That's decent, I guess. By the way, I didn't say I'm driving the Sauber-Alfa Romeo because, well, I had to. It's nice to see Alfa Romeo returning to the sport after such a long time. So yeah, as we now start our final lap of this short little race all around Adelaide. So Ocon would be next. He's about 3.5 seconds up the road, but I don't think we'll be able to catch him, as Brendan Hartley is trying really hard to overtake us, but we are managing to keep him behind us despite the fact that we are missing a front wing, which is quite nice and reassuring, I would say. So let's keep going, and hopefully we'll be able to end the race properly, and well, end the race with points. That would be quite nice. Ooh, very deep into that hairpin, but we are still intact, so well, intact, as much as intact you could call yourself when you are missing a wing. Anyway, final few corners here, and that's it, really. There we go, coming around to finish the race in 6th. Apparently I'm overheating my brakes, but that doesn't matter. We managed to finish the race. We are in 6th. That's very nice. So good job, I guess. I don't know what to say though. But yeah, that was the 2018 cars on Adelaide. Once again, it was quite fun. I enjoyed it. Anyway, here are the results. Sebastian Vettel managed to win, Max Verstappen 2nd, Valtteri Bottas 3rd, 4th, Kevin Magnussen 5th, Esteban Ocon, myself 6th, Brendan Hartley 7th, 8th, Lance Stroll, Sergei Sirotkin 9th, and Pierre Gasly in 10th. I think at one point I called Brendan Brian, but I think he'll forgive me for that. We had 2 retirements as well, so yeah, that was the 2018 cars around the Adelaide circuit. Once again, it was quite a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. It was quite interesting to race with the Halo cars, with the Halos. And again, I'm going to reiterate this. For me at least, it doesn't bother me that much. As I race around, the visibility is very good where you need it. Yes, the pillar in front of you kind of blocks your vision, but again, in real life you'd be able to shift your head to the left or to the right to compensate for that on the straight. Obviously, I cannot do that in the sim. Well, I could if I had something like Track IR, but I do not. But that is it for this video. I enjoyed it. Thank you to Dave the Jeff for suggesting this. It was quite fun. Don't forget to keep sending in your suggestions. As I always say, the more the merrier. But yeah, that is it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you all so much for watching. Catch you all in the next week's Formula 1 Randomized. But until then, take care and stay sharp.